Hey, what's up, guys? Happy Thursday. Um, Happy Thursday to those of us who are happy today. And many of us are feeling all kinds of ways. Um, it's a tough day in the United States today, of course, especially if you're on the West Coast. Any of you joining us from Southern California or anywhere in California, or if you have loved ones, family, friends, all the things out there. Super, super scary what's going on. I spent the greater part of last night just watching updates. You know, I was born in Los Angeles. For those of you who are unaware, I uh, I have a home in LA. I have many family, friends in Los Angeles, and many are affected. And we've got people very close to us who have lost everything. So it's a really hard, hard day, hard week, and just want to send a ton of good energy for anyone who is experiencing that hardship. I know it's really difficult for us as people to like just kind of reconcile it, to be like, why do things like this happen? And I don't know. I mean, we don't know. All I can say is every time I've been faced with a extremely difficult challenge, I've found a way to create growth and opportunity from it. And again, not that that's going to be a consolation for anybody experiencing difficulties right now, but time will tell. And so just sending a lot of love, a lot of good vibes and thoughts your way. So welcome to Dispo Unlocked Part 2. What incredible premiere we had for the Dispo Unlocked challenge that we did early in December. Many of you saw the power of this incredible platform that we're using for dispositions, just showcased live, right? I was able to bring a deal to the table that was a good deal, of course. We're wholesalers. We're not trying to sell bad deals. But I brought a good deal to the table, and we showed you how in one freaking step, I was able to generate a list of performing buyers, and I hopped on the phone and we sold a deal live. I made an error last time. I had not thought about all my closing costs that I had in acquiring that deal. So I misrepresented the profit that I made. I thought that I was making $60,000, and I didn't make $60,000. It was just over $50,000. So out of full transparency and just keeping it real, I did profit just over $50,000 on that property. So hoorah! We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again today. I just want to take a quick survey of those who are joining us right now. Who was here for the Dispo Unlocked premiere? If you were here, just write D in the chat. Give me a D in the chat if you were here for our first one. And if you were not here for the first one, put an X in the chat. I want to see how many of us are newcomers and how many of us are returning. All right, so damn, a lot of you guys are here for second helping. Cool. It's like Thanksgiving. And many of you were not here. Okay, cool. So it's kind of like a mix. We got 50 right now. 50% of you guys were here. 50% of you were not. So there's some of you who know exactly what's going to happen here. It's going to be high energy, lots of action and motion. We're going to do pretty much the same thing. We're going to dive into the platform, going to give us a run around of what we can expect when we're using this beautiful platform. And then I'm going to get to work. I'm going to sell a deal. I've got a deal today, funny enough, that is not nearly as juicy as the last one. So it's going to be a little harder. It's going to be a little bit harder for me today, but you know, who is here for just lay downs, right? We want to see this in action with like a standard okay deal, right? Because let's face it, a lot of us get okay deals sometimes. I'd say the majority of the deals that we do get under contract in this business aren't slam dunks, right? They're going to be good and great for someone. Good for most, great for someone. And that's what Investor Base is helping us do. We're finding the person who it's great for and selling to them so we can get maximum value from the hard work, expenses, and all of the brain damage we go through to get a deal under contract, right? So we need something like this so we can squeeze that lemon. I'm going to squeeze the lemon. I want to get all the juice out of that lemon. I don't want to leave any money on the table. And again, for those of us who are relying heavily on Dispo wholesalers, which again, I'm not here to disrepute because I'm a Dispo wholesaler myself. I own and founded one of the largest disposition wholesale operations in the entire country, Keegley. And so it's not in my benefit to just tell you not to use Dispo wholesalers. You absolutely should use Dispo wholesalers when you're getting started. But let's not fall into the trap of leaning into that all the time. We need to be able to sell our own deals. I want to, again, survey those who are joining us today. How many of us that are here right now have used a Dispo wholesaler to sell a deal? If you've used a Dispo wholesaler to sell a deal, write 50 in the chat. And I'll tell you why I'm having you write 50 in the chat. Write 50 in the chat. Jason Baca says he has. Lots of you have. Holy moly. Okay. So a ton of you have used Dispo wholesalers to sell your deals. Why did I have you write 50 in the chat? Because you could have made, because you're basically leaving 50% of your money on the table. Okay. Maybe it's 100%. Yeah, I'm not, wasn't really good at math. That's why I'm not a doctor. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? You would have given up 50% of your deal. Right? You gave up 50% of your deal because you used somebody else. And when you've been doing this for quite some time, you should start to sell your own deals. Okay. It's just like walking. You crawl in the beginning and then you got to stand up on your own two legs and you got to take some steps. Okay. I want to start this one off today the way that I would normally start off one of these lives or any of the coaching calls that I do. I neglected to do it last time, and I kind of felt it in my body that I didn't do it, right? For those of you who are familiar with me, you'll know that I'm a man of spirit. I truly believe that anything and everything that we want or need in our lives will find its way to us through our source when we ask and take steps towards it. And so I like to start these calls off with a prayer. So if this bothers you for any reason, just mute me for 30 seconds. No judgments here. Doesn't matter to me if you want to hear it or not. You don't need to listen. You can put your fingers in your ears and just say la, 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 la for a little while. Because I'm going to do it anyways. But if you'd like to join me, let's go. God, we love you so much, Lord. Thank you for today. Thank you for opening all of our eyes and giving us breath. For giving us the minds and the souls to connect and communicate with one another, Lord, we're so grateful for that. God, we ask that you guide each of us to your purpose for our lives, so that the steps we take are your steps, the words we speak, your words, the actions we take, your actions. God, we ask that you guide us to those individuals that will be of benefit to us, either through a financial gain or through a lesson we need to learn. And we also ask you deflect us from those individuals that would waste our time or bring us harm. Lord, for any of us here that are in need of any additional understanding of the concepts that we go over here, we just pray for perfect clarity in our minds. And for anyone suffering through any physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual pain, we just pray for perfect healing in our lives. Lord, it is with humble hearts, and in your heavenly name we pray. Amen. Whew, let's go. All right, without further ado, let's bring up my co-host, the guy responsible for creating this phenomenal platform. I actually sought him out. I actually sought this guy out. This is one of the very few times. It's interesting. I'm just giving you guys a little peek behind the curtain here. It's typical that when somebody creates something like this, they start harassing me, or they start harassing Pace, or both of us, right? They're like, hey, we need you. We want you. Help us. And for in all like reality, very rarely do we take the call. Why? Because not everything lasts. Not everything is good. And there's a lot of people out there who are in the game to charge the industry. They're just here to take money from the industry and run. And I've seen it. As being in this business for over 20 years, I've seen a lot of it. This specific platform, I ended up actually having to like find this guy. Okay, so I started hearing murmurs in the Astro flipping community of this like phenomenal dispositions tool. And they were like, chirp. Oh my God. Like somebody came onto the call one night and was like, he's like, hey, I'm thinking of getting Investor Lift. And again, no shade to Investor Lift. Robert's my boy, good people over there. Wonderful company. Nothing against it. It's expensive though, right? It's just for anyone who's looked into it, it's not easy. It's not cheap. And so started hearing a lot of folks saying, dude, this new platform I've been using changed the game for me. And I'll give you an example. So one guy just getting started in the community was like, I don't have a ton of time to go out and do acquisitions. I just don't. I work a full-time job, and I need to get a deal done fast. And so he asked me, what is the fastest way to get to a deal? What's the fastest way to a check, Jamil? I'm struggling. And I'm like, the fastest way to a check is wholesale, because that deal is already under contract and you can sell that deal to a buyer right now. And he's like, cool. Where do I find buyers? And then somebody chimed in and said, let me show you what it is. And so he goes in, he signs up for this platform, and he comes back a week and a half or 2 weeks later, and he's like, I got it done. I made money. I made like $7,500. I'm like, get the heck out of here. How'd you do that so fast? He's like, well, I just got somebody else's deal in the community, and I got this platform. I typed in the address and got a list of buyers, started making phone calls, sold the deal, and I get a check here in a few days. And I'm like, oh my God, this is getting too easy. And I'm like, what was it that you used? And he's like, oh, it's this thing called Investor Base. And then I heard another story, and then another one. And I'm like, I got to figure out what this is. So I start texting friends. A buddy, Joe Mcall, I texted him. I'm like, do you know these investor-based guys? He's like, yeah, I do. They're great dudes. I'm like, okay, cool. And then another guy I asked, hey, do you know these investor-based guys? And they're like, yeah, let me introduce you. And so I end up meandering my way to Daniel's brother. And Daniel's brother ends up connecting the dots with me and Daniel. And Daniel and I have a call. And I actually, like I said, went after them because I heard so many good things. I'm like, dude, you got to do a demo for me, because guys are saying too many nice things about you. And I don't know if you're paying people to say these things, because you've got some great marketing strategy on how to turn me into an affiliate for you, or your guys are just that good. And when you meet him and you see him right now, you'll tell right away, this guy's salt of the earth kind of guy. He's not the kind of guy who would like set up like a ruse, you know. He's the kind of guy who like puts on a baseball hat and a pair of jeans and goes out and does a day's hard work. You know, he's just that guy. He's like just a regular cool dude. So let's meet the cool dude, Daniel McClam. Come on up, but man, let's see you. What's up? There he is. Look at that guy in a baseball hat. Are you wearing a pair of jeans?
I'm not, but I do got my barber on.
Hey,
it's cold down here, man. It's like 40 degrees in Charleston, dude. I get chilly down here in the South, dude. Can't handle cold weather.
It's cold. It feels like it's cold everywhere. It's been freezing here in Phoenix, Arizona too, and we're not used to that, you know. But I think it's just like it's a cold day out here in the U.S. But thanks for joining us again. We had a phenomenal rollout when you and I did our last live. It was just super high energy. We got a deal done pretty fast. And, I think a lot of people saw a ton of value in what Investor Base has to offer the community for those that are really trying to get in a deal and get it done fast, right? And so I just spoke to wholesale as one of the fastest ways to use investor base to get to a deal. But Daniel, you know this platform more intimately than I, of course. You made it. And so what would you say are some other really low-hanging fruit strategies that somebody who's brand new into the business can come in, use this platform? In fact, use this platform during the trial period, because I love that. I love getting into something, using it during the trial period, making money from it, and then being like, okay, bro, take it. Here. You got it all. You get the pocket lint too. Just take the money. This is great. So what would you say are some other low-hanging fruit strategies for folks to use to take full advantage of what this platform's power can be?
Yeah, 100%. Well, thanks for having me on. We just had one literally 30 days ago, but it was so successful that I'm honored to be here again. We've already had people who were on the show last time move a lot of deals like in a 30-day period.
Crazy.
Had our user spotlight last month, moved a $75,000 deal. And
from this last challenge?
He didn't come from that.
Okay.
We
got to get that guy on here, but yeah, it's crazy.
Within his first 30 days though, and it's funny, he had a comment, he said, man, this is paid for itself as long as I don't move a deal for the next 20 years. So yeah, it's been super successful so far. So yeah, guys, we give you a 14-day free trial. That's to provide you with as much value and insight into what you're getting as possible so you can make an educated decision, right? Other ways to really get the most out of the platform is, we say it's a disposition platform, but we have a lot of good analytics for what a buyer will pay for your deal, outside of just trying to call someone and sell the deal, right? So what you can use that information for is maybe you don't have a deal under contract right now, right? The great thing about Investor Base is you do not have to have that deal under contract in order to use the services and the software. So we have people that utilize Investor Base for underwriting. We have a majority of people just run their leads through the software to identify what a buyer is more than likely to pay for their deal. So what ends up happening is a lot of people don't even have to really underwrite as heavy anymore because they're going straight to see what buyers will pay for their property, right? So that's a major way that people are utilizing it is in the acquisitions front, right? Even if you just have a lead.
So to kind of unpack that, and maybe for anyone who's thinking, okay, like, so what would that look like? So imagine you're talking to a homeowner or you're talking to a real estate agent and they're like, hey man, this is a great deal, but no inspection period. I can't give you an inspection period on this, or like very, very, very small inspection period. Or they're saying, hey, the seller, like, give me a number on this, and I'm going to go try and talk to the seller, or the seller's like, just give me a number. And you know that you're not going to be able to have a really strong or long negotiation with this person. So the number you want to come out the gate with is the number you got to come out the gate with. And so what Daniel's saying is you can reverse wholesale using this strategy because you can now line your buyers up before you go under contract. So you know exactly where you need to be in on that deal. That's like a cheat code for wanting to figure out how to name your assignment fee. Like, for instance, if I know that somebody will pay $280 for a deal that I can, potentially get, and let's just say I need to make 20 grand. Well, then I got to go work my butt off to get this thing in for 260, right? Because I know exactly where I'm going to be able to disposition this thing at. So it's a really, really, really incredible data point for us to be able to use that. I also spoke to some users of it who have been talking to private money lenders. So interestingly enough, they've been using Investor Base because, of course, if you haven't realized that people who are in the business of real estate, fixing and flipping, doing, whatever it is, buying and holding, when you're a real estate investor, you do a plethora of different things. But the reality is the real investors, the one who are buying, selling in the game, they also love lending. I have money out that I loan out constantly. I'm constantly putting out money in loans. They're great returns. It's a great way for me to park cash that's just sitting in a bank account, not doing anything, but losing value because of inflation. And so I can use the buyers list that I generate from investor base to go out and call real estate investors who I know are legitimate, because I can see their activity on the platform, and I pitch my deal. And I can find private money lenders like that. I can find private money partners like that. And so you got to be creative. And for any of you guys who are a part of the Pace Morby squad, I know y'all are creative. I know the way that your brains think. You're connecting the dots in ways that aren't the average thing. You're thinking in really creative terms, and I want you guys to really think about how powerful having access to this many players that are real. Not just, one of the things that was difficult for me with the whole Investor Lift platform was how many, honestly, how many not real investors were reaching out to me because of it, right? They were just guys who had never done a deal before, just kind of, daisy chaining things, and it just turned into a whole circus. And I personally, I'd rather just talk to the players. I just want to talk to the ones that are gonna pull the trigger and get it done. Have you seen people using investor base for private money lending, private money partnerships, and other use cases outside as well?
Yeah, I mean, by default, you're talking with CEOs of companies. You're talking with high portfolio volume landlords. You're talking with people who are really moving and shaking, right? So by default, you will have conversations about private money lending. You'll have conversations about sometimes some of these landlords wanting to actually sell some of their houses, right? So conversations spawn out of conversations. You got to pick up the phone and have those calls, right? And then know what to do with it when it pops up. But yeah, man, I'm stoked for this, Jamil. There's a ton of implementations that we can show you today just with demoing the product once we get in there. So I'm freaking stoked. I know we had a lot of users come on board in the last 30 days from the last Dispo Unlocked, and we have a ton of people having success with it.
Beautiful.
To your point, I'll tell you this. We obviously knew who you were, Jamil, since April, right? You were on my hit list, but we simply just did not have time to reach out to you. We have not marketed this platform once, right?
Wow.
We haven't. It's all been word of mouth. It's been organic, and it's been just people having success and sharing it with their peers. And we have about 15 people sign up every single day.
Crazy.
So it's awesome.
Wild. And the really good things happen that way. Really good things grow by word of mouth. They grow through just organic virality. People are like, hey, this thing is dope. I got to tell you about it. I got to tell you about it. I got to tell you about it. And so that's just, when something's really good, case in point, when Pace and I went out into the world, we did it organically, right? Our first meetups, our first little, 5 people showed up, and we just did a grassroots thing. And the best things roll slow. The best things are organic, and the best things happen exactly the way that you did it. And I organically, through word of mouth, found you, right? And here we are. So let's stop teasing the people here. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of what we're here to do today. How many of you guys want to see this? Who wants to see this in action? If you want to see this in action, throw fire in the chat. Let's get rocking and rolling. Yvette, if you can give our boy permission to share his screen, and we will get it in. Wow, wow, wow.
Should be sharing.
There we go.
Jamil, what do you say we give a quick overview of the product as a whole? Intro.
Let's do that.
You give me five minutes here.
Yep.
Cool. Guys, welcome to Investor Base. Okay, so this is a brand new disposition software for wholesalers. Okay, a lot of you have probably heard about it. Some of you probably have not, which is great. So the reason Investor Base exists, for those of you who don't know who I am, we had a wholesale company for about 2 years where we did about 150 deals, but we only sold deals to institutional buyers. Okay. In the end of 2022, all of these buyers went away, and we had to refigure out how we found buyers. We went out there to the market to find some softwares to find out how to do this because we were doing some serious volume, and there was nothing good out there. Okay, so we started from scratch, and what we did was we had success just identifying people that had recently done a flip or bought a rental, calling them, and then selling our deals with just a handful of phone calls. So we're like, man, we have to automate this, right? And that is why Investor Base exists. That's what we're looking at here today. So high level, what Investor Base has is we give you access to an estimated 10 million investors nationwide. There are no geographical limitations. This is nationwide. We also offer free skip tracing of these buyers to you. Okay. So we're taking what historically has been a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 step process to produce what we produce in about 5 seconds. Okay. It's priced super affordably. So we have no doubt.
I want to just unpack that process real fast for the folks that aren't really understanding what he's saying. The reality is why do wholesalers use Dispo wholesalers? Why do wholesalers not sell their own deals? Why? Because finding one buyer takes 5 or 6 different steps. We got to first identify who the buyer is based off of property they own. So we got to go out and do a tax record search. Then we find their LLC. Then we have to go and find out who the managing members of those LLCs are. Then we have to go and skip trace them. Then we have to call them. So 5 steps later, you've got on the phone with one person, which is, again, the reason why so many people are like, you know what, just sell it for me. I'm done. And so what Daniel's saying is he's taken those 5 steps and turned it into one 5-second step. You put an address in, you get a list of buyers who buy it, right? That is insanity. And their phone numbers. So you ain't got to go and spend a whole crap ton of money on skip tracing. It's all done in one step.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So I'm going to do a sample address, Jamil. Let's just run a random search.
Okay.
And we have a lot of Florida users. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of wholesalers who will try and daisy chain your deal in Florida. What we produce, you cannot raise your hand and be a result in Investor Base. You cannot opt in, right? You can only get here if you have done a flip or bought a rental. Okay. So what that does is it creates a list of buyers solely based on the fact that they have done a deal, right? So we curate a clean buyer environment. So I just took this random deal. I just zoomed in, found that address. I've never run it. I can do this anywhere in the country. What we do here, we type in the full subject property, very simple. Now we can span out this mileage. If it's more rural, say it's out here in the middle of nowhere, we can span out 10 miles to identify flips and rentals. And then we can do the search period. We can go as early as 3 months. We can go as far back as 5 years. Property types, we have multiple different property types. If you're looking to identify a specific type of buyer, we're going to put it on single family. You can toggle between flippers and landlords. Once we turn on the skip trace and save results, what this is going to do, this is going to provide us with the contact information for these buyers for free. Okay. So there's no additional step. There's no additional cost. We eat that cost for you to provide you as much value as possible. It also saves it to the My Deal section, which is your CRM in order to track your conversations with these buyers, among other things as well. So
that's so crazy. It's a CRM in addition to like a sniper for buyers. It's just insane. For those of you that are like, yeah, I'm just doing this right now, it's www.runinvestorbase.com. I just put it up in the chat, and I don't know if I can find a way to pin it, but I will. We're not trying to, this isn't a dog and pony show here, guys. You guys are well aware there's a cost associated with this, but know this, use my link today, and everybody who does gets the free trial, plus you get $100 off your first month. So you definitely don't want to just go to the website and sign up because you'll pay full price. You go in this route and I get you the deal. So runinvestorbase.com.
So that just pulled a different address up here. There's a lot of those like 55th Northwest, whatever. I'm sure I can find that address if I take an extra 5 seconds, but I just popped in a different one. It's going to be right around the corner, not too far. So what the software is doing, guys, is it's literally doing that 6-step process for you, right? And just like that, we just produced 108 results.
Jeez Louise.
For flip and buy and hold transactions that have occurred within 2 miles in 1 year of this deal. Okay. So we have our subject property here that we're trying to sell. When we click into it, we already have details of the deal that we're trying to sell, right? This is the address. We're showing that it's a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,100 square foot house. And this is part of the analytics component that I'll touch on quickly is we are giving you an estimated investor price of what an investor will pay for this house. How are you doing that, Daniel? Well, we're taking like kind as is transactions that have sold. So we see similar bed bath count. We see similar square footage, all less than a mile away, but we show you exactly what these people are paying, right? So we have 4 flips here that they paid $320, $365, $371, $365, and $385 for buy and hold. Say it's a flip deal. We want to take this out. This will automatically change the investor price. So right off the bat, even if it's a lead, let's say the seller says, well, hey, Daniel, I can't go any higher than 315,000. You're like, man, that sounds like a really tight deal. I'm not sure if this one's going to work. Let me go and run it through Investor Base.
Yeah.
And you have all the confidence in the world that, hey, people are paying more than this, right?
Right.
We should give this one a shot. Okay. So we're doing that for you.
And that's just going to stop. Like, how many times have we gone and canceled deals with our agents that we don't want? Like, man, I've lost agent relationships in the 20 plus years I've done this business because of cancellations, right? And cancellations happen, but the saddest thing is when you cancel a deal because you didn't know. Like, imagine the use case here, guys, where instead of just going and locking something up and throwing spaghetti at the wall to see if it's sticky, now we know, okay, hey, it'll stick to this guy. It'll stick to this guy. It'll stick to this guy. Let's take the shot. Let's go and grab this thing because we see these buyers that are paying this percentage of ARV right now, right? So, I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. You'll get, guys, there's no code for the trial. Just go to runinvestorbase.com and you'll have the discount and the trial in there.
I saw someone just comment, damn, Daniel.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing the white Vans though. I'm wearing some New Balances. Okay, guys, so here's what we're doing over here on this right side. So like this is going to be maybe the most powerful thing that we do outside of the search we just ran is this is going to save you a ton of time. All right. So we just produced the 108 results. They're all over here on this right side list view. But what we have done with this right side list view is we have ranked all of these buyers from most likely to buy your deal at the top to least likely to buy your deal at the bottom. And you're like, well, Daniel, that's impossible, right? You literally can't do that, right? It's pretty simple. What we're doing is we're taking the deal that Luis Ortega, the flip that he did right here around the corner from yours. We're taking the deal he did on Tyler Street and we're matching it to the deal that you're trying to sell on Buchanan Street, right? So we're taking into account a few things, okay? Or actually a lot of things, but the main ones are going to be similar square footage. So we see this 1,300 square foot. We're taking into account proximity. So how close was the deal to yours? We see it's right around the corner right there. Time, how recently did it do it? We see he just sold this in October. So that's telling us this guy's probably ready to do another one. He just sold this. We're taking into account the number of deals he's done. So we see Luis Ortega did a deal here, And he also did a deal down here. You see it highlighted, right? When we click into it, we see the subject property that he flipped, the specs, what he paid for it, when he bought it, the percent of ARV he bought it for, what he sold it for, when he sold it, the turn time. Oh, and look, this is in an LLC, Westeros Group LLC. However, we are really good at skip tracing LLCs. About 80% of these buyer results are going to be in LLCs, right? It's not the same as skip tracing a list of homeowners that are owned by individuals, but we do a really good job of skip tracing LLCs. So we're taking the number of deals into consideration. We're taking into account the price that they're paying, okay? If they're paying 70% or more of ARV, they're going to weight higher, right? So what this ultimately does is this tells us who to prioritize calling, okay? It's not going to be 100% perfect. Not every single person you call is going to be interested, right?
Sure.
However, what we're doing is we're putting the people towards the top that you should prioritize getting a hold with. And what that does is it allows you to make 15, 20, 25 phone calls and have a decent handful of interested buyers instead of having to go make hundreds elsewhere, right? So that's it. It's been incredible so far, just smart matching the deals, right? Any comment on that, Jamil?
Yeah, I mean, it first, it's reducing the amount of honest heavy lifting that I've got to do in order for me to connect the dots. Like, one of the more difficult things is when we don't have that ranking system, when we don't know who's going to be the most likely, and we're just kind of calling everybody. Again, the mindset of a wholesaler is extremely interesting, right? And how do I know it? Because I am one. We tend to test, but give up sometimes before we get before we get right into the money pot, right into the honey hole. And so by you doing that, you've like created this in a way that is meant for the mind of somebody like me, someone like the folks that are in the chat right now, where we're like, just get me to the person most likely to in the beginning so that I don't have to do 500 calls. So I don't got to do 75 calls. I want to get this thing done in 20, 25 calls, right? And I don't know about you, but I think anybody who's in the chat right now is okay to do 10, 15, 20 calls to sell a deal. Myron's got 10 deals right now under contract that he needs to dispo. I mean, like, this guy is about to make some money today, some big money. And for those of you who are using LOI Blaster and getting creative deals under contract, of course this would work for that. Of course this would be a beautiful add-on because you're using LOI Blaster to get the deals under contract, right? And now you're using investor base to sell those deals. So you're literally marrying the two things that you need together. You're getting your act done and you're getting your dispo done, and pow, you're making them happen and you're getting the whole thing done. It's like a wholesale deal sandwich. It's amazing. We had some questions about non-disclosure states. I know the answer, but I prefer you tell it. Will this work in non-disclosure states?
Yeah, 100%. So everything works the exact same as it does in a disclosure state. So the smart matching works the exact same. The actual search to produce your flips and landlord transactions works the exact same. All the functionality works the exact same. The only thing you do not have is the purchase and sale price, because they're obviously non-disclosure states. So your only disadvantage being a non-disclosure is the same disadvantage you've already had for your entire time being in a non-disclosure state, which is lack of the purchase and sale price. Mm-hmm. Now we're working on pulling in some MLS data to provide you with purchase and sale price if it was on market, which we already have that, but we're working on getting that into the software. But hope that answers the question. Everything works the same.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Is there any other incredible features we want to showcase before we get to the business and I start calling buyers?
Yeah. So I'll tell you this, and we don't need to spend too much time on it. I trust that, it's a 14-day trial. So people come in, watch the self-guided demo, watch the onboarding walkthrough. You'll figure it out. But best practices here, guys. I want to highlight a few things. One, I'm telling you, you can be successful if you make 10, 15, 20 phone calls. but you're not setting yourself up for the highest form of success there, right? The highest form of buyer engagement, right, we need to be making a call to all 108 of these buyers, right? What I can tell you from tests is that your call to contact ratio on average is probably only going to be like 15%. Now that's with a double call, so back-to-back phone call. Now, if you add a hand text to this, I recommend a blanket text, so something simple, don't include too much details, just something to drive engagement, you'll get that to 25%. So after your first campaign, you may still have 75% of people who have not responded to you yet. So I'm telling you, there needs to be a first campaign in the first day, 24 hours. You need to have a second follow-up campaign, just as if you would with sellers, right? So I want to highlight that. But as you're making these calls, let's say we talk to Luis Ortega. We can open this up and take notes on our conversation that we had with Luis. So spoke with Luis, et cetera, et cetera. Let's say he's interested, and to highlight the details, we can mark him as interested, right? We can verify his phone numbers here, and that will track in the CRM section, which I won't get into today because we're here to sell some deals, but that is highlighted there, and that's where you can track all of your metrics, who you're calling, who you're not calling, who you need to follow up with, et cetera. Let's say we have a great conversation with Luis. We want to add him to our buyers list, right? This is something we just launched on Christmas. So if you were on the last call, we did not even have this yet. So we are actively building things here. All we do is click add to buyers list. Now, when we go to buyers list, we just pulled Luis Ortega into our world, right? With one phone call, we speak with Luis, we add him to our buyers list. We have his name, phone number that you can verify, email you can verify. We already pulled in his LLC for you. But here's what's the power here. We didn't just pull in one zip code that he's buying in. We pulled in every single zip code that we know he's buying in historically based on our database, right?
So we got a whole buy box set up now.
We're curating his buy box for you programmatically, right? All you have to do is call, bring them into your world. You can add locations here. So zip code, county, city. Let's say we add location. Let's say he's buying multifamily. Let's say he doesn't buy above 500,000. Let's say he doesn't do renos over 100,000. He's not buying on septic. He's not buying on well. Let's say he's also a landlord, and let's make him a VIP buyer. So he's going to populate towards the top. Now what we can do next time we have a deal in Florida here, what we can do is we can come in and we can filter all of the details of the deal to find the corresponding buyers for that specific deal. So let's say the reno budget is 110. We're going to see Luis disappear, right? But if it's 90, we know Luis is a buyer in the zip code, buying single family. The reno is only 90. Say the asking price is 400. We're curating our list of buyers based on the deal that we have. So now we know who to prioritize even further, right? So want to highlight that because that was not even here last time we were on here. We're also rolling out a cool listings page so you can create a listing for your deal that you can share directly with your buyers. So Jamil, last time we did a Dispo Live, you had to hand text those buyers and say, send them all the details of the deal. You had to send them a Dropbox link. Now, all you would have to do is click copy URL, and then you can just text that link to them, right? But then we can see when they click on it, right? We're going to track when they click on it, when they view it, and they can actually make an offer through the portal that will track to your CRM section and tell you when these buyers made offers, when they clicked on the listing, when they viewed it. So now we're getting super deep into, hey, this is going to be the easiest dispo process you've ever seen.
Whoa, right? Dude, this is like a whole disposition management software in addition to finding the buyers, because now if I got a dispo team and I want to see what they're doing and how, you know, how many deals they're sending out to buyers, like now I can actually track it.
100%. Yeah. And we're adding a lot more KPIs to this. Like we're going to add touch bases, so how many times you attempted to call him. We're going to add an inbound statuses. So like listing sent, listing clicked, listing viewed, listing offered. And what it does when they make an offer through the portal, guess what? It's automatically going to add them to your buyers list for review.
Got it.
So you're selling and you're prospecting, right? At the same time, like doing the same thing that you've already been doing, but you're going to start to bring people into your world. And that's where we're bringing back relational based selling for 2025, which is huge, guys. I'm telling you, there's so much noise out there. Okay. Like with email communication, every industry is using email as a form of like, of marketing communication now. And it's getting spammed. Like these buyers, along with me and Jamil, like we get so many emails every day. We get so many texts
I'm ignoring them all now, dude. I just ignore them.
Yeah. So we're really getting back to a time where we have to make phone calls on the disposition front in order to maximize efficiency, offers, and really engagement. That's what we want. We want to drive engagement with the right people. Okay. So we're allowing you to do that. Have the extra 5-minute conversation with these buyers. Find out what their kids' names are. Find out what their favorite football team is. Tell them you have more deals coming down the pipeline. Ask them if you can send them more deals. We want to know your buy box, and we are only going to send you deals that are in your buy box. We're not going to send you a bunch of crap, right?
I've got an idea for you. So one of the things that I've taught and talked about in the past is scoring your buyer relationship, right? I call it the door score, depth of relationship. And so what I would do is once I've sold a deal to somebody, and I do this for agents and I do this for buyers, right? Because Dispo and AC, right? So when I have a buyer and I know that my buyer, I've got a deeper relationship with them, I have it on a scale of 1 to 5, right? 1 is I don't know this buyer, I'm just meeting them and we're just about to start a relationship and maybe do some deals. 5 is I'm getting invited to the kids' bar mitzvahs, right? Like that, like we know each other, we're homies. And so is there a way for us to, once we've talked to a buyer, for us to move them off of the initial list and put them into another place or another bucket where we can now score the level of relationship we have with these buyers and maybe start to like create a VIP buyers list and then like another buyers list?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, within buyers list, you can add notes, right? To say Jennifer DeMont, let's just say, we'll put 3. Okay. Search 3. We're tracking notes here. So you can put whatever notes that you want. We're going to be adding more metrics here. So that's a great idea, Jamil. I think we should add that. We're very open-minded. Okay. We're not a huge company over here. It's me, my partner, some developers like on our account team that really tries to help you be successful. We listen to y'all and we're building as much as we can based on feedback.
You guys think that would be a good thing for us to be able to like create different lists from the buyers that are available, and then making a VIP buyers list? Maybe then we can make a creative buyers list. So if you're talking to these guys and you ask them a question like, "Hey, do you buy creative?" and they're like, "No," you're like, or you call and you're like, "Hey, do you buy creative?" and they're like, "Yeah, I love sub 2 deals." Okay, great. Now I can put them into my sub 2 folder. I put them into that list. And so now when I get a sub 2 deal, I can just send the sub 2 deal right out to all the sub 2 buyers. And then I got my cash buyers over here. And that way I'm not inundating either of them with deals they don't want to see.
Yeah. And major things like that, we're going to be adding in like a separate section. But for now, all you have to do is, well, that one has different notes, but I just added notes to people. Sub 2. All I put was sub 2.
Amazing.
That's sub 2. We know our 3 buyers that buy sub 2. Right. So that's the idea of this, Jamil, is it's really already done. Right.
Yeah. Like, we just got to put it together. Yeah. We're just putting it together. And that, guys, This is why it's so cool that you guys are all here today with us, because I'm not coming up with these ideas myself. I'm listening to the chat. I'm watching the chat. And, of course, the guys in the chat, we got folks doing creative deals. We got guys doing cash deals. We got guys doing fix and flip. We got people doing co-wholesale. And so you want to be able to segment the list in a way that allows you to get as efficient as possible. Because if I know I want to sell, I got a sub 2 deal in this part of town or in this city, I just want to come to my investor base, pull it up, search sub 2. Now I got a list of all my sub 2 buyers. I can upload my deal into that. I can use the platform to send out the message to each of them. And then I can follow up with a call. Hey, I just sent you a text with a sub 2 deal that's probably going to go real fast. You want to take it? and it's like, boom. And I love, love, love when I send my deal out and I sell it right away. And then I get to tell everybody else who reaches out 5 minutes later, I'm sorry, it's sold. Oh my God, that gives me I get so much dopamine from telling people no. Like I get more dopamine hits from telling people, no, I'm sorry, it's not available anymore, than I do from the guy saying yes. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe I'm just like a masochist of some. I just like, no, you can't have it, little boy. You're not for you. You're too late. You didn't show up to the party on time. No presents for you. Sorry, I'm a child. Okay. So, guys, make sure you go to runinvestorbase.com so you can get the trial. You can get the discount. Listen, Daniel knows if you came from today and you forgot to use Run, that you came from this. But like, let's not give him 1,000 extra things to do tomorrow. And just use the runinvestorbase.com link so that he doesn't got to go back and retag things, because that's not fun. And he doesn't want to have to go in and reapply a discount. He doesn't want to have to go and reapply the trial. Like, just use instructions, runinvestorbase.com. It's just going to simplify everybody's life today, tomorrow, and next week if you do. Okay. Man, I'm feeling good about this today, bro. Like, you every time you come up and you start showing me this thing, I start to get the little tingles in my dingles, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good day. It's going to be a good day. We're going to make some money. Going to make some cash, because, nothing makes me happier than that money. And guys, yes, absolutely, you can sell to multifamily commercial. Let me also say this, okay? Real estate investors are real estate investors. Real estate investors will buy single family. Real estate investors buy multifamily. It's just a question of asking the question. Do you invest in any multifamily projects? Like, add that to your disposition questions. When you're having the conversations with these buyers, find out if they are interested in buying multifamily, and then you can start sending the multifamily deals as well. So I want you to like open your mind here to be like, no, of course this would work for multifamily. Why wouldn't it? A buyer for single family is a buyer for multifamily. Let me ask you this question. Does Jamil Damji and Pace Morby, actually, I'm going to take myself out of that because I don't buy multifamily right now. Does Pace Morby buy multifamily deals? Yes. Okay. Does Pace Morby buy single family deals? Yes. Okay. So if you called Pace Morby on a list that you got from Investor Base, and he picked up the phone and you were like, Mr. Morby, do you buy multifamily deals? Would he be like, well, hold on a second. You found me from a platform that told you I buy single family houses, right? Yeah. So then, no, I don't buy multifamily deals. No, of course he's not going to say that. He's going to say, of course I buy multifamily deals. I'm Pace Morby, MFer. I buy everything. Right? So that's how it would go. And tingles in my dingles is probably the next tattoo that I get. So watch out, guys. You'll see pictures of it all over Instagram pretty soon. Daniel, let's take a look at the deal I got.
Ready whenever you are, bro.
All right. The address is 4109 North 30th Avenue, Phoenix, Arizona.
What do you think ideally, guys, like, we're trying to get 100 results here. I think like around 100 results is that safe bet, because you got to remember, we don't get a phone number for everyone. A lot of these people are in LLCs. So if we get 100 results, we'll probably have 60 phone numbers to choose from, 70 probably like that, because we're prioritizing accuracy, not hit rate, right? We can go out, we can get 99% hit rate if we want to. We know we'd be doing you a disservice though. So, around 100 results is what we want. I think a 2 mile 1 year radius will probably work for this.
Sure.
Let's put it on single family.
Oh wait, you can search multifamily too. So this does find multifamily buyers as well.
Yeah, I just ran it while you were talking.
Oh, all right. There you go, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can filter for it. So
yeah, for anybody watching, I was poking around. We saw a 10 unit. We saw a 5 unit for 1.7 million that was bought in January. They had 6 properties in their portfolio, blah, blah, blah. So we got some good stuff there.
Sick.
All right. Your number one
is the property card tracker editable?
This?
Yeah.
No, this is going to be direct information. So we have all the details of the deal over here, and then we have the actual ownership information on this right side. When you go to, like, let's find that guy or any of these guys, like there's that same guy, right? I think. Oh, that's a different guy. However, when you click into this, when you bring this guy into your world, like add to buyers list, then you can edit, right? So Jose, we can change his name. We can change his phone number. We can't change the details of the deal because remember, we're tied to county records, right? So there'd be no reason to change his purchase price or sale price or stuff like that.
And for people that come into the world that you're creating over here, you guys have trainings. You got a little community going on there so that people can share best practices. I know Daniel did some special training for the folks that came in from my last live that he promised to do again and again and again with you guys. I would like to say this, and again, the reason why I'm doing another live with Daniel as quickly as I did the last one, I was absolutely mind blown by the level of customer care that him and his organization provide. They really, really, really want to make sure that you guys are getting value from this. So they're, reaching out to you guys, talking to you on the phone, doing demos with you guys. Like, if you're feeling like we're going a little fast right now, that's totally normal, right? Because this will feel fast to you. It felt fast to me when he first showcased it to me as well. But the reality is that once you get to sit down and you get to do an actual walkthrough with his team, everything changes because now you're going to get immersed into it and you're going to get to be able to do the thing yourself. And he's given me assurances that the level of customer service will not only exceed what it was, but it's going to continue to exceed as they grow. And so that's, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful things about it is that he actually cares about your guys' success, and he wants to make sure that you remain customers. This isn't a thing of, that's why I love the fact that he's doing a free trial. I'm gonna peel the curtain back for some of you guys that aren't aware of this. When platforms like this don't offer free trials, there's a reason. Okay. And I'm going to get into the psychology of this. And I'm sorry for anyone watching right now if I'm calling out your company or something. Definitely not calling out Investor Base in this. But when they don't do a free trial, the goal is that they want to try to get from you everything that they can get from you right out the gate, because their belief in your retention is low. I'm going to say that one more time. Their belief in your retention is low. And so that's why they want to get everything they can out of you in the first week or 2 weeks, because they don't think you're going to stick around. They think you're going to run away and quit. And they want to get what they can get from you out of the gate, because that's probably the last time they're going to see your money. But when a company gives you a free trial, they believe so greatly in the service that they're providing that they know that once you've had a chance to swim in what they're giving you, that you're going to make the decision to say, I want to stay. Right? To me, that is value-based selling, right? That's when you give somebody the value first. You show them the product first. You let them use, like, imagine if everything in life was like that, right? Imagine if if I buy a vehicle, I get to take the car home for 2 weeks, drive it around for 2 weeks, see what it feels like, see what it looks like, how it drives, all the things, what it's like on the freeway. Is it noisy? Is it bumpy? Imagine if I got to do that for 2 weeks and then I got to buy the car, right? Imagine if I got to do that with the girls I date. Okay, I'm just joking. Let's get started. Let's get started.
Well, Jamil, to your point, it's actually a negative free trial for us. The data cost us money. So like,
I know.
We actually lose money on trialers. But to your point, yes, we want to give as much free value as possible so that people can actually make an educated decision. Right.
That's what it is. All right, so you got the address in there. You guys know I'm not going to get on a live here and not tell jokes, okay? They could be bad jokes. They could be good jokes, but they're going to be jokes. I can't help myself. I just can't. So I'm sorry. What do we got? How many buyers you pull up?
We got 107 results. Now,
woo!
Some of those may be duplicate buyers. Like to see we have Jose Diaz here twice, but he's actually done 3 deals, one here, one here, one here. He's your number one smart match buyer for this deal, right?
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean he's going to pick up. That doesn't mean he's going to buy your deal. That means he's most likely to buy your deal. Okay.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about the deal, I guess, Jamil.
Okay. So we just closed on it. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I got to share my screen, but let me pull up the HUD first.
So let me know when to stop sharing. And what we'll do is once you tell us the details of the deal, what we can do is we can click in investor comps, and then we can kind of identify what we think we should sell this for based on what people are paying around us, right? Does seem like a good idea.
That seems like a great idea. All right. So I'm just trying to pull up the settlement statement here. You can keep sharing for a moment.
Wow.
Where is the settlement?
Purchase there.
Well, anyhow, I can show you my my title commitment. So here, I'll share screen. So right here, guys, 4109 North 30th Avenue. We just purchased it for $220,000. So I bought it and I closed on it. You guys did see that, right? Yep. Okay. So I bought it and I closed on it. So I'm into it for 220 grand. I got closing costs in there of, let's call it 6,000. So my total cost on this thing right now is 226.
All right. You want to give me the?
There we go.
Give me back to share. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Well, let's just try and identify what we think we could sell this thing for.
Okay.
We click in investor comps. I'm showing that we do not have we're not tracking a bed for this one.
It's so four bed.
4 bed. All right. I have not even seen this yet. I swear, Jack does things on the back end, my partner, that I haven't seen yet. I told him the other day, hey, it'd be good if we could add the actual bed bath count. Is it a 2-bath?
Yeah.
Is it about 2,100 square feet?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I just added that. Since we didn't programmatically pull it in from county records for whatever reason, we're able to add it there. So what we did is we just pulled in some like kind comps that have sold, all right, around the same square footage. These are a little bit farther away. We got a buy and hold. You think this is a better flip deal?
It could be a good flip. It could be a great co-living. It could be, I mean, honestly, it's in a really, really great part of Phoenix, Arizona, where there's just like tons of activity. It's like a nice working class neighborhood. So it would be a great flip, great rental, great co-living. It's, in my opinion, it's a multifaceted great deal.
Man, these are looking pretty high. I kind of want to trim the fat on distance a little bit because these seem to be pulling in a little bit far.
Yeah, let's stay within a half mile.
What we can do, let's just run this on a 1 mile search. Let's rerun this.
Okay.
See, we can pull in some comps less than a mile.
Hey, I like that. That's nice and tight.
It's a lot less. Let's do 3-bath, 3-bed, just to pull more in.
Okay.
Well, not pulling any more in on that 1 mile. Not sure why. Work in progress. However, let's take a look. Just because we have 28 results here, let's fan this back out 2 miles.
Okay.
Just to give us like a more of a result set to choose from.
Sure.
But what I can tell you, when we look at those comps again, So let's go just 3-bed just to get it right. See if we can pull in someone closer by. We're seeing just right off the bat, guys, we have a good idea. This is an outlier here, that 400. We're going to pull that one out. But we have a good idea. Things are selling between 200, 260, 330, 350, 350, 230, 280. So anywhere between that 200 to probably 300 and then some plus mark.
I think the mid threes are probably going to be more turnkey because the ARV in that area, my guess is about 430.
Okay. This one might have been resold at a portfolio sale. Okay. What do you think the reno is on this, Jamil?
I think it's going to need a solid 70,000.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's be really generous and call it 80.
Okay. Well, that's it. It's not just like a wholesale deal then, right? We're actually going to put some money into this.
Yep.
Okay. So let's err on the latter end. You got it at 220. I think probably like a mid-level, somewhere between 260 and 300, something like that.
Yep.
You think that's fair?
Yeah, I think I was hoping to sell it for 260, but if I could get 269.9, I would be ecstatic.
I'm sure everyone in the chat's like, sell it for 269, sell it for 269.
Yeah. So let's try 269.9. I think that's the play right now.
Okay. Awesome. Well, here's the first thing that we're going to do, right? And it's pretty simple. Okay. We're going to call our number one smart match buyer.
All right, cool. Okay. You remember to send me a text message with the info because, YouTube doesn't like it when we say phone numbers.
Yep. Text you now. I'm gonna start teeing some more up after this. It took me too long last time. You caught me slipping. So let's try and sell this thing. Let's do it.
Let's
I
go.
just sent you his number.
All right, guys. Who's ready for this, man? Who's ready? If you're ready for this right now, I need you to put fire in the chat. Put fire in the chat. Let's burn the. Don't put fire in the chat. Sorry, guys. I got to be more careful about the words. Put water in the chat. We want more water in the world. Put water in the chat. Put water in the chat. Let's get going. Water in the chat. I'm about to drown these guys in deals. I'm about to wet the city up.
All right, Jamil, just some details here.
Okay.
Jose Diaz, his LLC is Social Houses LLC.
Okay.
He's done 3 deals within the past year and 2 miles. This one that's comping at the top, he paid $268 in January. It's a 5-bed, 2-bath. It's a little bit smaller than yours, so we might have that one going for us. Okay. But if we take a look at that Zillow link here, we can see, it sold for $400. Man, he didn't even do that much to this thing. Paint, new flooring.
He's got it going on. He knows exactly how to get in and out of these suckers.
Oh yeah. Let's give him a ring. If he doesn't pick up, or if it's a wrong number for whatever reason, I'll get this next guy on teed up.
Okay, his name is Jose, you said, right?
Yep, Jose Diaz.
Okay, and you have another number for him?
Yeah, we had one landline.
Somebody says they're trying to sign up, but they can't find the bank they bank with. Do you know what's going on there?
You should. That might be the link that's trying to not your link. The link when you're on the subscription page. Just click. You can bypass that and then put your card info in.
Oh, hi. I'm looking for Jose.
Speak Spanish?
I don't speak Spanish. No, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, bye-bye.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. That's like
Jamil, you just really screwed that one up by not being able to speak Spanish.
I know, man. I suck, dude. What am I doing in this city and I don't speak Spanish? Stupid.
You're at an immediate disadvantage. Dispo investor base.
I am. I am.
I just sent you Edwin.
Okay.
Hazelwood.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice message.
I'm gonna try again. Double dial.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Edwin.
Yes.
Edwin, hi. My name is Jamil. I saw that you flipped a house on Hazelwood here in Phoenix. I actually have a property under contract right now. Actually, I don't have it under contract. I just closed on it. But it's right over by the deal you did in Hazelwood. And it's a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,100 square footer in Maryvale there. It needs a renovation. And I'm willing to fire sell it today at $269,900.
269.
And I think you can sell. I looked at the comps and I see a pending right now for 430. And I think you would knock it out of the park on this one. Just looking at the deals you've done already, I got your number. I'm like, yo, this Edwin guy he'll knock it out of the park on this one. I might as well just give him a good, and then this way you and I can make a relationship and maybe we'll do some more deals in the future.
Yeah, send me over the details. Send me over the details, pictures. Let me take a look at it. And if it's something that works out, I mean, I can close on it as soon as title is clear.
All right, dude, I'm going to text that to you right now. My goal, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to send it to you right now. Then I'm going to make the next call. I got like a list of 10 guys here. So if you like it and you want it, if you can respond ASAP, because my goal is to sell this thing in 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I mean, I want to make a deal with you. I know who you are, Jamil.
Oh, you do know me. Okay. Well, let's get it done then, bro. Let's go. Okay, I'm sending that to you right now. Okay.
Thank you, bro.
Bye. So stupid. God, maybe I can't. Should I do this with an Indian accent or something? I don't know. Like.
Jamil,
Okay.
that was pretty clean, man. I love how Jamil cuts straight to the chase, right? A lot of times, you see people beat around the bush. Jamil just hits it with such confidence, right? Gives the people what they need in a short amount of time. We're respecting their time with that. We're also introducing the deal that they did, right? So as a tip, I always tell people, reference the deal that they did within the first 10 seconds of the call. Okay. That's how they know that you've done your due diligence. It's a purpose-driven call. It's not a random phone call. Okay. And then also introduce the deal you're trying to sell shortly after. Right. So it's, hey, I saw you did this deal. They're like, yeah, I did. Great. Okay. Well, here's the one I'm trying to sell. And Jamil got him all the details he needs. Specs, renovation. Specs, renovation, right? Jamil's also setting urgency, right? So in order to set urgency, we need to let them know that, hey, you're one of the first few people I've called. We're going to give you a shot at this, but we're trying to sell this thing today, right?
In 10 minutes.
So if you can get close to, if not at my number, would love to get it done with you. Oh, and by the way, I have more coming down the pipeline, right? So we're setting the urgency piece with, you're one of the first few people I called. We give that buyer, that special feeling inside that, hey, not everybody's seen this yet. I'm getting like an inside scoop on this one, right? And then we're letting them know we have more deals down the line. So now they really are incentivized to get to our number because they know that we have more coming, right? So those are a few tips that we actually coach and do in our webinars is literally what Jamil just did. And guys, that 30-second call, if you can get that down to a science, you will have so much success with this software. So, all right, what are we? Jamil couldn't speak Spanish on the first call. So we are, what, 2 for 3 on people picking up, right?
Yeah,
right?
so far so good. Look, we'll keep going because I said I was gonna keep trying until I'm pretty sure this guy's about to respond because the bubbles are already coming up on the screen. It's hilarious. I'm I love this thing, dude. Where were you? Where were you, bro? When this was hard for me, when wholesaling was hard.
Dude, where was I, man? I almost went out of business in 2022 because we couldn't find buyers fast enough, man. I needed this. This literally saved my business. Like, all right, let's try this guy. I don't know how to pronounce it.
There's no promo code. It's runinvestorbase.com. If that's going to put it on the screen, go clicky linky and get it done.
Oh, by the way, we do have a webinar coming up next Friday on the 17th for all new users. Okay, so that will be me showing you exactly how to get the most out of this thing. This is specifically for y'all. Okay, so that's next Friday.
That's the comment of the day. If he already sold this, I swear I'm going to eat a bag full of laxatives.
Dude,
that's so funny.
Yeah,
I love you.
Do that or not,
Alexander? You're hilarious, dude.
That's the most absurd thing I've heard all day. All right, we're gonna hold you accountable to that. I don't want to hear any of the details. All right, let's call this guy Roma Ave, right around the corner. It's on the other side of 17, which is probably a different area. That's why like some of those comps were a little bit inflated.
I know this spot really well. So where it changes, let's get into that map real quick. I'll tell you. So like on the other side of Grand, see that diagonal yellow line? Yep. On the other side of that, the neighborhood changes a little bit. And so those numbers are going to be a little different, but everywhere from, east of that yellow line, right up to you can even cross the 17, honestly, right up to 19th Avenue. Okay. So from that yellow line, you can go up as high as Bethany. You can go down to Thomas, and you can go across to 19th Ave. And that's really where the buyers are going to, all of that is the same.
Okay. So somewhere like this. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to call Jose.
Yeah. That guy's over there to your right a little bit.
Hi, this is Jose Cereces.
You're going to get called again, bro. I ain't going to let you. Now that I know that's your phone number, I'm going to blow you up.
We got him.
Hi, this is Jose Cereces.
I'm gonna text him.
Look at Coach Sharpen on here. My dude, Bryce. Bryce, I think, moved on like one of the most deals last year with Investor Base that we had seen in a user.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. I think he had the fastest deal sold until you beat him, Jamil. Sorry, Bryce. Jamil.
Sorry, Bryce.
Well, Bryce was less than an hour. I know that. I don't know exactly how fast it was.
Let's call this Blakemore fellow.
Okay. His deal's on Monte Rosa Street. It's about the same size. He paid $349, but that was in February 23. It took him a long time to sell it.
Your call has been.
You ain't getting off that easy, Brad.
Your call has been forwarded.
Okay, keep them coming.
Just sent you another one. This guy's right around the corner from you on Roma.
Roma?
Um,
Okay.
The computer.
Hello?
Blessings.
Hello?
Blessings.
Hi-
May I help you, please?
Hi, I'm sorry. Do you speak English?
I do speak English.
Oh.
I just said blessings.
Oh, okay.
May I help you, please?
Yeah, I'm looking for it sounds like Westelande.
Who's calling, please?
My name is Jamil. I actually am an investor here in Phoenix, and I saw a house that you flipped over on Monte Rosa.
People keep telling me that.
Okay.
People keep telling me that, and they want to check with my attorney
Oh.
and use my identity theft.
Oh. So
claim
oh
that I
wow,
had.
somebody
That's
stole your
like the
identity?
fourth call. I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
That's the fourth call that I got. People telling me I'm flipping houses. I'm not flipping houses.
You
I'm a
know,
homeowner.
is
but I'm not
this
flipping houses?
do you have a new phone? Did you get like a new phone number or something?
No, I have that number for years. It's tied into my
Oh,
nonprofit.
weird. Okay.
That's
Yeah,
the
I
fifth
would
call that I got.
definitely
I'm gonna have to check into that.
check into it because it's again there's no I mean I'm not like a weirdo or anything, but I just got a list of people who flip houses. I flip houses as well, and so often we sell houses to each other, and so I was just calling to see if you wanted to buy my
And
house.
My name is there.
Well, the name I just said to you was there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my name.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll do you a solid. I'll take you off my list, so I won't bother you in the future. But but if you want to talk to somebody and
Yeah, I'm gonna
maybe
look into that.
into it more,
Thank you.
yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Hey, but I hope you have a wonderful day and God bless you as well.
You as well.
Okay.
Blessings.
See ya. All right, on we go.
yeah, unfortunately, that'll happen sometimes, right? We do
Yep.
have some other phone numbers if you want to try and get him.
Yeah, let's try another number. I'm down.
You want to try the second mobile one? It's always less likely than the first one, but we put it there as a safety catch in this event, pretty much.
Okay.
And the LLC is Mejias Services. So whenever I have someone that picks up and it's not the right person, I ask them if they're affiliated with 1, Roma Avenue, and 2, Mejias Services, right?
Okay.
And if they're not, then we really know, hey, they're not affiliated at all.
Okay.
I'll text you that real quick.
Now, is there a way for me to like remove her from this so I don't call her again?
We do that. We can do that on our end.
Yep.
Right. So we'll just remove her from the system.
Your call has been forwarded to an
If you didn't call twice, you didn't call once.
Yes, so guys, you're witnessing call to contact ratio, right? Got to stay driven on that.
Your call has been forwarded to an
Okay, on we go.
All right. This one is Travis Larson.
Oh, he just texted me. The first guy just texted me and said, "I like it. I'm driving by it. Please don't sell it. I'll be there in a few minutes." So there's a good chance here, guys. There's a good shot this goes. Just letting him drive, but I'm gonna keep calling because I said I'm gonna keep calling. I love telling people I'm sorry it's sold. That's my favorite thing to do. Why? Because I'm mean. I like giving candies to kids and then taking it away.
Ask him how fast can he drive.
I like calling my staff and saying I'm giving you a raise and saying psych. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so guys, this is what you can do as on the user end, right? We're going to take some notes. We're going to mark that number as wrong, right?
Yep.
Do not call the first phone number wrong person. Okay. And these notes track through. Okay. All right. We got one up here. If you know the area on North 20th Street, he paid.
06.
Jamil's just dialing over here.
I can't stop.
4 8 0 6 8 6 7.
Fredo.
Sharon asked, do you think it's selling fast because it's me? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think somebody's going to buy a bad deal or buy something they don't want to buy because it's me. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should like call in a different voice. Hi, I have a deal for sale. My name is Yvette, and I was wondering if you want to buy it. That's by the way, if you guys have never talked to Yvette on my team, that's how she talks. Hi, it's Yvette. Can you buy my house? Thanks.
All right. That's not true.
That's not true. No.
That's false.
She's backstage right now laughing her butt off at this. I'm just playing. She doesn't talk like that. She does talk like that.
Jamil, we'd be flying through this if I could freaking text you faster.
It's all good. We need to like let the day breathe a little bit too, right? Because it's like otherwise it just looks crazy if we just come on here, sell a deal, and then like F off in 30 minutes, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
What's this person's name?
Linnea. Four Peak Synergy Group.
Hi, you've reached Lene. I'm sorry, Mr.
Lene.
Yeah, don't listen to me on pronunciation.
Let's call her back. That was definitely her number, though.
Yeah.
Hi, you've reached Lene. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna text her.
All right, so we're gonna mark her as no answer. Check her box as correct. Mark these other ones not. And then we just do voicemail. All right. So as we go down this list, you can track this a little bit better over here in the My Deal section. Why don't we do that? Let's come over here. Pop in the deal itself. What we can do, we called Jose. He didn't answer, right?
No.
No answer, but his number was correct. So go voicemail. All right. Now we got no answer here. Carlos, we haven't tried calling Carlos yet, I don't think. Have we?
Nope.
Okay. Looks like he's a landlord. February 24th. So he bought two over here within the same month.
Okay.
Number.
Let's go. Carlos, what's up, Carlos? Hello, Carlos. My name is Jamila. That's what Linda wants me to say. Hi, my name is Jamila Yvette. I only say this because she can't do anything right now because she doesn't want to put herself live on camera right now because she did do her hair, so she could come on right now, but she won't. I have the power to put you on screen, Yvette, just so you know. I can click a button and everyone would see you right now and they would see you in your bathrobe. That's how she works, guys. She wears a bathrobe to work.
Which one of these guys was interested? I think it was Jose, right?
Yeah. No, Edwin was interested.
Oh, all right. No answer. All right, I texted you that number.
Okay.
That is Carlos.
Oh, sorry.
That'll get through?
No, sorry. Edwin is texting me. I got to.
Carlos, Edwin, Jose, Steven. Brad. Betty.
Pretty close here, guys. He's asking for the date. Oh man, he's about to buy this. Let's keep going. I don't want to. Let's call Carlos. This guy's about to take this thing.
We got to keep going.
We got to keep going.
We got to keep going. Call Carlos. I have his number, second number teed up. If that one doesn't work.
Okay.
Bueno,
Hello, is this Carlos?
Carlos?
Hi, Carlos.
No,
Do you know Carlos?
nope.
Okay. Okay, bye.
Mhm.
Somebody asked for an accent. Maybe that's why he said it was the wrong number. If I just talked like a normal person, then maybe he would have been like, "Yeah, it's Carlos. What's up?"
Make sure to ask if they are affiliated with Wolf Street too.
Okay.
Send you the second one, but once again, we should probably call that 24. Is 248 Phoenix?
248 is not Phoenix. No.
Okay. It says he's out of state. It says he's out of Sun Valley, California.
Yeah, that the second one was no bueno.
Yeah, that second Mebble 2 and Mebble 3, once again, usually not too accurate. All right, let's see who we got. We tried Betty.
Betty Boo, what's up with you?
I knew when I said Betty that you're gonna do something like that.
Man, all this home selling's got me. Oh my God. Guys, her last name is Sexton.
It's like BC Homes US. She's
Okay.
local to Mesa, Arizona. It's 850. Is that Arizona?
No.
All right, interesting.
Hi, you've reached Betty Weeks. Please leave a message now.
It is Betty, but maybe she changed her last name.
Yeah, if the LLC was filed before she got married, then she's still the registered agent as her last name, more likely.
Hi, you've reached Betty Weeks. Please leave a message now.
Okay.
Man, nobody wants to pick up the phone for a deal, huh?
It's Friday, man.
Let's call this guy Juan. This is actually this is the first individual we'll be really calling, actually.
It's Thursday, actually. It's not Friday, right? It's Thursday.
It is Thursday. Texting you now.
Okay.
Is 602, is that Phoenix?
It is.
All right. We got a Phoenix number, Juan Guzman, Mitchell Drive. It's got let's see what he did over here. Oh.
Boom, boom.
All right, let's try the second one. I want this guy. I don't know why. Guzman. This is still Juan. We got a third number.
Okay. One more.
All right. Moment of truth.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed.
Sorry, Juan. You're not the Juan.
All right. Martin. Jamil, you were like a comedian, right? At one point, is that right?
Yeah, but I didn't make it.
Why?
I don't know. Nobody thought I was funny.
Juan, you're not the Juan.
You're not the one. I know. It's like they were just like, nah, he ain't good. He ain't good.
Hey man, we need to make a comeback 2025.
Right?
He's on Highland Ave. He's only got one number here.
Please leave your message for 6027543.
Chase. You doubling up?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you 2 more. Unlimited buyers.
See, I'm getting tomatoes thrown at me in the chat.
Oh no.
Please leave your message for 6.
Okay, on we go. Okay, here's a new guy. What's up?
Chase, Hazelwood, paid 300.
Ooh.
This is Chase.
Chase, how you doing? My name is Jamil. I'll be real quick here. I saw you flipped a house on Hazelwood in Phoenix, and I've got a deal right in that area that's actually a better deal than the one that you flipped. And I'm wondering if you're still fixing and flipping, and if so, can I send you the details?
Yes, I am. Tell me a little bit about the deal.
Okay, it's a 4-bed, 2-bath. It's at Indian School and 30th Avenue. It is in, it needs cosmetics. It's in decent shape. I got ARV at about 430K, and I'm planning to sell it in the next 10 minutes for $269,900.
Okay. And what year is the home?
I believe it's a 70s build. Hold on, let me check real quick for you. I can get the detail. I see a 51 build.
Oh, 51. Okay. All right. Yeah, I usually don't like those older builds.
Okay.
Like that Hazelwood, but that Hazelwood was, when I bought it, was in really good condition. I mean, it had newer windows, newer roof, new air conditioner.
Sure.
So I'm just giving you a little background on that.
Okay.
So, but I'll still look at it. I mean, if it's a good deal, I'll certainly take a look.
I'll yeah, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me look again. I'm wrong. I saw the I guess I got conflicting info on mine. It could be a 1970s build actually. On my subject. So you'd probably want to do due diligence on that. But tax records showed 1970. I just had some bad information on my notes. It's a 1970 build.
Okay. All right. Well, shoot over the details, and I'll certainly take a look. Do you want to just text it to me?
Yeah, I'll text it to you, and then if you would just respond yay or nay. No big deal if it's a no, because I'm sure there'll be somebody in the next few who will like it. But where else are you flipping? Because I think you and I should probably do some business regardless.
Yeah. I've got a project in 2 projects in Scottsdale, 1 in Phoenix, 1 in Glendale, and then 2 in Sun City currently.
Amazing.
But I'll buy kind of all over town. I like the newer stuff, kind of newer than 1975 range. Not in rough parts of town.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna save your number regardless, because it sounds like you got it going on. And again, my name is Jamil. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a deal on this one. And if you don't mind just responding, yes or no, that way I can kind of move on to the next one. But I appreciate your time today.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Chase.
All right, have a good one.
Bye bye. All right.
All right.
That was a
When
good one.
when people pick up the phone, things happen, right? It's about driving engagement. I think.
Yes.
What are you texting him, by the way?
I'm texting him the address. I text the address, the price, and then my ARV that I got. And then pics.
Yeah, usually we're the exact same as Zillow. It's weird the year built discrepancy. I did want to verify that, but I'm gonna double check.
Thank you for checking that, because it helped.
Yeah, for sure.
Being able to change that information for him.
Are you just sending like a text with all the info via text message and sending a Dropbox link or what?
Correct. You know what? I didn't have time to put these in a Dropbox because I suck. So I'm just individually sending the whole schwack of photos, but whatever. It is what it is. Normally I would have put this in a Dropbox, but you know, Yvette still hasn't figured out how to use Dropbox yet. So we're still teaching her.
Yeah, and guys, what Jamil could have done there, we could have held him hostage a little bit longer and say, well, hey, what's your max purchase price typically? What's your max renovation cost? It sounds like this guy's probably doing light renos. That's why you know we'd probably move this down to 50 or something like that. But let's verify that. I added Scottsdale, Arizona for him. We'd want to get his verified email, right? While we're on the phone, we know that's his verified phone number. But if it was the second number, for instance, we could change that to the second number. Probably wouldn't mark this guy as a VIP based on that initial combo. And then we can take a bunch of notes on his buy box. So like doesn't buy older houses.
Look at this.
Like,
so somebody watching this said, I just got a buyer landlord in 30 minutes on a rehabbed home to make 20K on, and it took 5 minutes for him to do this. And he did it in the free trial.
Wow. Leroy, we love that.
Amazing.
I mean, you're looking at it here. I mean, Jamil, me and you haven't really powwowed a whole lot and like come in here and made a lot of calls or anything. You know, it's like you're literally using this as if you are trialing the software right now. Almost.
Oh wow, thank you, Yvette. Yvette just sent me a Dropbox with my pictures in it. How did you get these? These are so good. Do you know when they'll download, Yvette? Are they still uploading? I think they're still uploading. Wow.
So you guys, once again, like the time Jamil's spending to send these texts, once again, once listing preview is live, all we do is copy this URL and we'd be able to text them with everything. So we have year built in here, which is what he's curious about. You customize all this, right? Key feature, description, a street view, your contact info, the starting price, the ARV, repair amount, everything you want to include in here, major components, and then they can offer through this, right? So we could be fielding offers. As we're making these calls, we shoot these people this link, and all of a sudden, those people that didn't pick up, you never know. They could be looking at this deal and make an offer through this portal.
Okay. Chase just sent me a 265 offer.
No way.
Yeah.
That fast?
So that fast. So not Edwin, not my first guy. The guy I just spoke to just said, I like it, but I would do it at 265. I'm not going to do it at 265 yet. How much time do we got? Are we past time already?
I don't know. However long you want to go, man, I'm good.
What do you guys think I should do? Do I take 265 for the live and get it done? Do I call Edwin right now and say, hey, I got it. I just got an offer. I talked to you guys. Let's do it. I call Edwin right now. My asking price is $269.9. I just got a 265. Somebody says take it. Amanda says, what's your ask? Cheryl says, call Edwin. I like all of these options. You're calling
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If we were not on a YouTube live right now, what would you do?
I'm a bird in the hand kind of guy. I'm lazy. I am. I'm sorry. I am a wholesaler. I'm a wholesaler. I was born lazy. So I love, I'm not calling wholesalers lazy, guys. I'm just saying we are a specific breed of folk, right? I don't like to do too much work. I like to just take what's there. So I would have taken the 265 because that's just me.
The chat's going off right now, Jamil. We're getting both sides of this. I'm seeing take the deal. Jose says sell. Yes. Now we got some call Edwin in here. So I think it's worth calling Edwin and just saying, hey man, look, I made a few other phone calls. I have a guy who's at, he's right under the 269. What's your highest? What's the highest we can do here? Have you gotten time to drive by? Let's just get a feel for Edwin real quick.
Okay. And here's a question for the chat. If somebody sends you a Google Drive and you open it and you have to download each picture, are you going to open that? Are you going to look at these pictures or are you just going to ignore it? I would just ignore it. Right? Yeah. So that's why I can't send that Google Drive. All right. Let me call this guy. Come on, Edwin.
Your call has been forwarded to an
Try him one more time. Hilarious.
Your call.
All right. So at a certain point, guys, you run the risk when somebody makes you a sight unseen quick offer. You do run a risk of losing that deal, right? Some people will they'll get a sour taste in their mouth if they're the first one to offer. Then you go and shop their offer with other people. Now, I think Jamil's set the right expectations of, hey, here's what we're asking. I'm gonna sell this deal in 10 minutes, right? So he's fully aware that we're trying to get to done. But
I did it.
In fact, we're at 220.
I'm at 220 is my acquisition. I just sold it for 265.
We're $4,500 off the price, right? That's what?
Had to do it.
2% of asking. What's the deal, Jamil? What are we doing?
I sold it. Did it. Got it done. I just said, okay, we'll do it. I'll send you the assignment. Yeah.
All right. What's the time check on that?
It took me way longer than I was hoping it would have taken me. It took me 48 minutes. I think I started calling at 12.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, look, we made how many phone calls did we make here?
So how much money is that
per minute?
Yeah,
a lot. I mean, we're talking what? That's a 265 minus 220. That's a 45K. I mean, that's $1,000 a minute there. Every minute you spent trying to dispo, we're making $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. Now we made about 10 phone calls here. We had 2 wrong numbers, and we had probably 3 or 4 correct numbers that didn't pick up. The rest just didn't pick up. Yeah, I would say that was probably like a 15% call to contact ratio, right? Yeah. So this is just campaign number 1, guys. We did a double call there. I'd recommend shooting a text. I'm not sure if Jamil was texting these people as well, but that'll drive that engagement up to that 25% mark. But we can still call these people the next day, right? It's like, man, we know that these people are legit, right?
And I did send text out like to Lene and Jose, and so I'm very like, even when I sold that last one in Tempe that we did together, I was getting texts throughout the day, and I was posting them on my stories on social, because they were like, hey, I'm responding on that Tempe deal. I want it. And I got like multiple texts from people that were just late to the party and texted me, but I wanted to screenshot that and show people, like, even after the fact, I got buyers coming after me, chasing me, and then begging me to save them in my phone the next time I get one like that, right? So you can see how you get this done, and you get people super, super interested in wanting to work with you. And that's why saying no, I'm sorry, it's sold, is such a powerful technique, right? Because now these buyers are going to be super responsive to me. They're going to say, okay, like even Edwin didn't answer my second call. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he's walking the house right now. He's probably walking the perimeter. Maybe he left the phone in the car, because he was super responsive for me earlier. So there's a reason why he didn't pick up that call, but that him not answering cost him the deal. Right? And I wish you would call me right now so I could just say, Edwin, bro, what did you do? I sold this thing. You know, like, why didn't you pick up the phone? I told you I got to sell this thing in 10 minutes, but it is what it is, right? You gotta just do the thing. But I can't, dude, this is so crazy. This is like, this is just the craziest thing, because there was a time, you know, I've told this story before, but like when I was just getting started in the game, my wife at the time was really sick, and I needed to make money. I needed to make $6,000 to buy a prescription for her. And I did that through a wholesale deal, where I instead of making $10K assignment, I asked the buyer to pay me $6K in cash immediately. And, you know, the buyer kind of took a shot on me and said yes. And so I used that money to go buy that prescription. But doing a wholesale deal like saved my wife's life. You know, like it legit did. And so I've got such a huge amount of love for this business, and such a huge amount of respect for the power of what we can do when we just set our mind to something. You know, when that day that I sat down and made those calls to sell that deal, I had spent like the whole weekend trying to do what we just did right now. And I was on Facebook sending DMs to people. Like it was hard, dude. It was hard. But if I had an investor base at my fingertips at that time, my whole situation would have been different, dude. Like what you've created here is such a game changer. Guys in the chat, let's give it up for Daniel. If you got a tremendous amount of value out of this today, can we send him some love? Put some hearts in the chat for Daniel, and just thank him for what he's created here. What a beautiful, beautiful service and contribution you've made to the world of wholesaling, brother. You really did something incredible.
Thanks, Jamil. No, and I you know, once again, guys, like I was a wholesaler, right? I was in your shoes, you know. Without this, it was a lot harder for us. Like we went through some hard times, you know. Yeah, this really did save our business. So we're extremely excited. I mean, it worked in our business, and we're so excited that we decided to go full time into it and share it with the world, right? You know, so Jamil, on the deal, you know, I think the first one we made 7 phone calls, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you got text back on that, I mean, those conversion rates are high, man. Like from what we were doing beforehand, like we were having to pull, you know, cash buyers left from PropStream, but we found we were calling homeowners. We were calling like that just paid cash. We weren't able to reach a lot of these flippers because a lot of these flippers were using hard money, right? So it was a finance transaction, not a cash transaction.
Right.
We're making so many more phone calls. You know, I think the first time we did this, you made 7 phone calls. You got a handful of texts back afterwards. You're probably 5 for 7 on people interested. You know, This one, guarantee you get some more texts back. So we'll probably be at 50%, if not 60% on interested based on calls, which you can't get. You know, we couldn't get those conversions in the past.
Right.
So that was freaking awesome, dude. I love how Jamil handles the conversation, guys. Like seriously, take notes on this, dude.
That was wild, bro. I mean, just like,
to the point.
How does this happen? Like, you know, I'm disappointed Edwin didn't buy it. I wanted first Alexander to have to eat a bag of X-Lax.
Oh my gosh.
But also, like, dude, the second person I talked to bought the house.
That's smart.
I just want you guys to to realize that I was here 40 whatever minutes, but like I talked to 2 people, both wanted the deal. Like, think of that, right?
2 for 2 conversation.
2 for 2 conversations and interest was there. And then it was just a matter of speed. Speed got it done.
Right. Yeah. Your actual conversation to interested ratio in investor base is going to be higher than 50% usually.
Insane.
So, yeah.
Insane. Guys, 90 of you out of the 190 of you watching right now have liked this video. Do me a favor. Everyone, take the moment and just go and click the like button, please. It's a nice thing. We spent time today. We sat here with you guys. We showed you guys the goods. Do me a solid, do Daniel a solid, and hit the like button so that future people who are coming into our world, come to find my channel, will be able to see this because you guys gave it engagement. And again, thank you for showing up today, folks. This was incredible. This was phenomenal. Another successful deal sold. Now I just got to go get another one under contract so we can do this again next month.
Yep. Somebody asked when the webinar is. I believe it is the 17th. I don't know why my calendar's not letting me get in. It's the 17th. It should be about 1 o'clock, but we'll send out email copy on that. We will send out, there will actually be a toast in the product toast. You're not software guys. There would be like a modal that pops up that tells you when the webinar is. And you can just type in your name and opt into that, and it'll give you reminders. So don't miss that. That'll be good. We're going to talk about best practices in there. Whether you end up using us or not, come to that training because you're going to get value, right? We just give free value. Like, I'll tell you how to have those conversations, like where those little bits and pieces that Jamil touched on today, like how do we drive engagement, right? How do we get people to raise their hand? Because 2025 engagement is key. I'll tell you what searches you should be running, what kind of conversion rates you should expect to get. So that way you can back into, hey, I want 10 buyers for this deal. Okay. How do you get 10 buyers? Probably gonna have to make 100 phone calls. We break down those numbers. We break down the text that you should be sending. Someone asked about the listing page. It's not live yet, but if you want to go look at it and comment what you think would make it more valuable to you, we take all those notes and that's how we build. We're having a session on that tomorrow. But guys, appreciate you coming on. Seriously. Jamil, thanks for having me, dude. That's always a blast, man.
So fun.
We're the top of the hour.
And one more time, someone asked, how do they get into the webinar again?
We will send out more info on that. Okay. I do not have a link to share with you right now.
Okay. So just watch your email, Cheryl, and anyone else wondering, watch your email. Investor Base will send you instructions on when and what time the webinar will be, and make sure you join that. Like, get the most out of this free trial, guys. Don't just trial it and then disappear and forget about it. Like, get the trial, show up to the webinar, get working, sell a deal before before the payment becomes real, right? Like, do that. All of you guys sitting right now that got deals, kind of in tow, go sell it. Go make some money and send me half. Just kidding.
Guys, the only limitations in the trial is you get 8 searches during the trial. So be mindful of that. And then you can't export the list in the trial. And then you get a little bit of limited results. Reason for that is fairly obvious, right? We are trying to restrict some people who come in just to scrape all the data and leave, right, on a free trial. Unfortunately, people do that. But if you need more time, we'll give you more time. If you need more searches, we'll give you more searches. Just reach out to us and we'll make you happy.
My man. Guys, hit that like button. There's still 60 of you who didn't do it. Just go do it. It takes half a second to move your finger up and just like show appreciation. So just hit that before we go. Daniel, I love you, bro. You're awesome. Thanks again for making something awesome. Yvette, we love you. Can I show your face, Yvette? Look at the lovely Yvette, guys. She puts up with so much. She's beautiful. She's funny. She's awesome, and she puts up with so much from me. So if we can just
Hi
give
everyone, thank
a
you.
bunch of love, because of her, you guys showed up today. She posted the thing. She made the links. She did so much in the behind the scenes to make this happen. So let's all give Yvette love because she's absolutely deserving of it. And I make fun of her, but you guys, I truly value her. So she's the best. Love you, Yvette. Love you, Daniel. You guys are amazing. And thank you all for joining us today. Another successful day and $1,000 a minute made. Can't beat it.
Thank
Wholesale
you.
real estate is the bomb. Take care, folks.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.